Should you invest in Axelum or should you invest in All Home? This video will talk about the pros, the cons, comparing the two companies to give you a holistic base on how you can decide which company to buy. Check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, smash that bell so you get updated every time I create new content about the stock market. Stay till the end as well so you get to see who our subscriber of the day is. So hey guys, over the past few days, I got a lot of messages asking what should I buy? Should it be All Home or should it be Axelum? This video will show you some head-to-head comparisons in terms of the money being raised, where the proceeds will go, what's happening to the company. But again, also if you start to analyze it, please remember the business models of these two companies are different, so it's not really a head-to-head comparison. But this is just to give you at least snippets on whether this is something that's leaning toward your preference or this is something leaning toward your preference, either Axelum or All Home. So at the end of the day, it will be you who will decide what stock you should buy. It will be you who will decide which among this fits your goals, fits your style, fits your narrative, and fits the amount of money that you would want to put as well. At the end of the day, you can either just buy one, put everything there, or split it and put it against two companies. Please remember also, after this, you have 3 more IPOs to go. So you have to be very, very smart on how you want to split your resources because there's unlimited chances for you to buy stocks. But of course, we all know the money that we have is limited. So enjoy the video. Hi everyone, welcome to another ongoing coverage of the IPOs that are happening in the Philippines. So over the past few days, I've been posting different types of content regarding the All Home IPO and regarding the Axelum IPO. And I got a lot of messages. It seems like the presence of more data is giving more people options, and more options also is somehow giving them analysis paralysis. But you have to remember the heart and the goal of why I create content like this is so that you have more information, and that information will help you decide properly on whether you should buy or avoid that particular IPO. You have to remember, at the end of the day, regardless of what data you see, IPOs will always be sold at a premium. Since IPOs will be sold at a premium, you have to analyze it. If this is something that works for you, if this is something that fits your risk tolerance, if this is something that fits your strategy. And at the end of the day, for people who follow companies as well, is the leadership aligned to how you see the company growing? Because at the end of the day, please do not decide just because I say it. Please do not decide just because I like this company or not. At the end of the day, it has to be you who should make the decisions, because there's something powerful when you know and you know and you know and you know and you know what you're doing, and you know and you know and you know that this company is something worth buying based on the analysis that you have acquired. Because please remember this also, it's normal for stocks to go down. I won't mince words here. Regardless of what you buy, regardless of how good the company is, there will come a point in time where sellers will dominate that stock, and when sellers will dominate that stock, the stock will go down no matter how good it is. So this is basically just a comparison, couple of snippets, couple of data points that will compare All Home and Axelum, couple of details that I hope will also shed light on how you could somehow compare the companies. Because you have to remember, All Home and Axelum are totally different companies, totally different industries, totally different. They have totally different set of competitors as well, and they also have a totally different set of money that will be raised. And this video will just somehow pit them head to head. And I hope after me doing that, you get to decide as well whether you want to put money in All Home or whether you want to put money in Axelum, or whether you want to put money into both of them as well. As you all know also, this is one of the years where there will be more than 1, 2, 3, or 4 IPOs. I've been investing in the market for more than a decade now, and what's interesting about that is this. This is one of the first times that I will see more than 4 IPOs in 1 year. Over the past years, I've only seen a maximum of 4. Last year nga, we just had 1. We just had the MW that did the IPO. But this year, we have 6. 6 different companies, 6 companies that are totally diverse. Let me run them through before I go through the meat of our topic. Kepwelt, a very, very small IPO which was connected to property development. They raised around 300 million pesos. Axelum and All Home, which is the meat of our discussion today. Axelum, as you all know, will is basically exports. All Home is basically furniture, equipment, appliances, etc. Frutas, a very, very small IPO compared to MPI, compared to Calcob, compared to All Home, and compared to Axelum. Frutas will just raise around 1 billion. And this is pretty much a brand play. This is pretty much a consumption driven play as well, because this will tap into people's disposable income in terms of them consuming whatever products that Frutas has. This is primarily just a food cart, and I'll make more videos about it once I start reading the prospectus as well. MPI will also IPO its hospital unit. This is a very large IPO. This will be around 80 billion in terms of the money that they plan to raise. This is something that's very, 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 very defensive as well. I'll have to read the prospectus in order for me to give you a more detailed approach as well on whether this is a good buy or not. But automatic from the bat, I'll tell you, this is for people who want something that's defensive. This is something that 5, 10, 15, 20 years along the line, you know that the hospitals under this company will still be there and will still be making money. Calcomp, on the other hand, is also like Axelum. They predominantly exports. This one is highly connected to the electronics industry. I'll make more videos about it as well. But basically, they're making an IPO here because they're continually pivoting away from China towards the Philippines. So this is good, as we really want our export sector to get better. We really want more and more and more and more companies manufacturing here, building products here, and sending them abroad. Now, let's go to the thick of the matter, Axelum or All Home. By the way, comment below. What do you like more? Do you like All Home or do you like Axelum? Comment All Home if you like All Home. Comment Axelum if you like Axelum, and let's compare them together. So, what is Axelum known for? Axelum is basically one of the basic stuff that they make that has a lot of profit for them are their coconut brands. One of top of mind for me that I would always remember when it comes to Axelum is Vita Coco. They make a lot of money by exporting coconut water. You may not know a lot of you may not know them because they're basically a B2B company, but their products are brands that you all know as well, from Hershey's, which is one of their products, which they have a lot of sales with. They have a lot of exports with. And then Vita Coco. For if you want to know more on who are their customers and clients, go back to the Axelum video where I discuss them one by one. And All Home, as you all know, they're known for furnitures, appliances. They're known for whatever condo or properties that are being built. They will supply, or they will take care of whatever you need, from paint to the fixtures to the appliances like televisions, electric fans, air conditioning, stove, microwave ovens. They have all of that. So think about condos, think about the stuff that are built inside condos, from the lights to the air conditioning to mirrors. All Home has it. Next, aside from that, who are their competitors that are listed? So for Axelum, they have no competitors here in the Philippines. This is the only pure coconut play that you will see in the Philippines. So their biggest advantage is, since they're cornering the market, they're exporting large quantities. As compared to as compared to All Home has a competitor like Wilcon that's listed as well. So ano na lang yan, it will be either a brand play, it will be also who has more exposure and more markets that have disposable income. As you all know, All Home is targeting people with around 70,000 worth of disposable income. But apart from that, also, no, you can also put Robinson's Retail. You can also put SM into the mix, because SM and Robinson's also have their hardware segments that are connected to it. So why am I saying this? It's not that Wilcon is the only competitor of All Home. Wilcon is the only listed company, because the listed segments of both SM and Robinsons are the hardwares that compete with Wilcon and All Home are not listed. So I may say that Wilcon is the only listed company, but All Home has other competitors in the form of the hardwares of both SM, which has Ace Hardware, and there's so much from Robinson, so you can put true value also on top of the other hardwares that are there. Next, the leadership. Everyone knows who the chairman of the board of All Home is. It's Manny Villar. They've listed several companies already, from Vistaland to STR to Golden Haven or Golden Bria. Now then, for Axelum, it's Romy Chan. I had the chance to meet him twice or thrice. Good guy. Very, very prudent in managing their resources. Very, very prudent on how they allocate resources. Very, very prudent also on maximizing their company. So for those who've seen their facility in the Mindanao area, I believe that they have a very, very large facility there, and they could tap a lot of the other coconut producers in the area. And I think once you start talking about coconuts, and once you start talking about also how where it's strategically placed, I think one of the things that you can look at also for Axelum is they placed it very, very well in the Mindanao area, where there's no storms, there's no typhoons. And at the end of the day, when you're looking at and talking about agriculture, the biggest thing that you can look at also is that its susceptibility to storms. No? Because syempre, pag nagkaroon ng storm, if their crops or whatever produce they have gets hit, it will have an impact also uh, on their ability to make money. And what I like about companies that could place it in Mindanao, literally Mindanao, as compared to Luzon and Visayas, is basically storm free. You don't get a lot of storms in Mindanao as compared to Luzon and Visayas. So that's its particular hedge and its protection as well. Now, in terms of IPO pricing, both of them already have somehow no, the IPO price has been lowered over the past few weeks. Axelum, the maximum IPO price per share will be around 5.72 pesos per share, as compared to All Home, where the range currently is set at around 11.5 to a maximum of 14 pesos per share. I guess based on what's happening overseas, everything that's happening in the trade war, there's a lot of risk of sentiment still. A lot of uh, a lot of the funds, you have to understand this, that it's not just us retailers who are investing in the market. You also have funds that are investing, and predominantly the biggest chunk of money still in the Philippines are foreign funds. So if there's a lot of risk off in foreign markets, to attract more foreign investors to come in, they have to lower the price. As you all know, also, of course, they want a higher price so that they could raise more money and they could use it more for whatever needs that they have for the company. But this is the current range. All Home 11.5 to 14, Axelum a maximum of 5.72 pesos per share. Next, the total money that will be raised on top of all of this is All Home maximum, depending on what range it will get, will be around 18 billion pesos. For Axelum, it will be 6.4 billion pesos as well. As you all know, so you're just comparing it already. The All Home IPO will be 3 times the size of the Axelum IPO. And if you follow my rule of thumbs here, it's basically this: the smaller the IPO, similar to KPPI, the larger the possibility of its volatility, its movement upward. The larger the IPO naman, since there are a lot of shares moving around, it will take some time. It will be harder for the stock to possibly move. So you can do a research on this. The stocks that had larger IPOs in the past took some time before they went up. The stocks naman that had smaller IPOs, similar to also Golden Haven, Double Dragon, and KPPI, it was relatively easier for those stocks to move up as well. Next, in terms of income, All Home had 233% growth from 2016 to 2018. I mentioned this also. If you want to see its first half income for 2019, please just look at the videos that I created exclusively for All Home. I'll put it in the description below, the videos that we have for All Home and the videos that we have for Axelum, so you can have a more holistic view on its income as well. As for Axelum, its income grew from 2015 to 2017, but the income dropped in 2018. I have a video also below explaining why Axelum's income for 2018 dropped as well. Now, where's their income sources coming from? As you all know, All Home is basically and predominantly focusing on furniture and appliances cater to the local market. So it's basically hitting domestic consumption. And as you all know, the Philippines is a consumption-driven economy. So they're banking on that. Since people have more disposable income, they have the ability to now purchase more condos, purchase more houses. And since they're purchasing condos and houses, they would need money. They would need to fill those or fix those or repaint those or buy furniture and appliances on that. So it's banking on that. There's more there's more remittances that are coming in. The BPO and the POGO sector will also employ more people, and people will be needing more people will be needing a place to stay, and because of that, All Home is right smack in the middle of that as well. But also, as much as I would like to say it's domestic consumption, please remember this: All Home is not the only. It's not the only hardware store here. It's not the only furniture store. They also have competitors. So it will be dependent on where they're smacked, where they're placed, who their competitors are in that area. If they don't have any competitors, do well and good, because automatically people will go to them. Axelum, on the other hand, is banking on exports. They they're they're basically looking at which markets they could export to, which are the stronger markets that will have a demand on their coconut products. And as what I've mentioned in the videos that I've posted, a lot of their brands, a lot of the companies that they engage business with are predominantly abroad. So this is a pure export play as well. This is a pure coconut export play. Now, their upside will be this. For All Home, you are assuming that the Philippine economy will still do well. You are assuming that more Filipinos will have more disposable income, that they have more money to purchase houses, and then again, refurbish them, renovate them, spend more money on the furnitures inside. Whereas for Axelum, as you all know, no, coconut has been considered as one of the uh, a healthy produce, a healthy fruit, no, that in the Philippines, since there's a lot of coconuts here, parang we take it for granted. But if you go to the western shores where it's relatively, you don't see coconuts. When you go to Europe, you go to the US, this is something that people regard as something that's, whoa, amazing. And since a lot of people are shifting to healthier alternatives, coconut and all of the produce from coconuts are starting to have a larger premium. So as you see more people start to shift from artificial sweets or fruits that are relatively, I guess, sweeter, the demand for coconuts will be larger. So if you believe that there will be a larger demand for healthier products, Axelum is right smack on the middle of that. Now, let's look at the IPO proceeds naman. For All Home, they will be using 6.2 billion of whatever they will raise for expansion. And for Axelum, they will be using 2.2 billion from the 6 billion plus that they will be raising for expansion. And when I say expansion for Axelum, these are strategic acquisitions as well, which in my opinion will help them grow more. For All Home, it's quite straightforward because it's just basically them building more branches in different parts of the country. For Axelum, it's them, I believe, making strategic acquisitions, not just in the Philippines but outside, that help them will help them manufacture more and distribute more as well. Because as what I've mentioned earlier, Axelum is basically an export play. In terms of their proceeds as well, I've been mentioning this, that you look for a company that if they raise money for IPO and a portion of it will go to debt, you want yung debt payment to be lesser. So for Axelum, they're just paying around 800 million that will go for debt repayment. They're retiring older loans. For All Home though, it's quite big, no? 4.6 billion. So if you would segment it also, if they would raise 18 billion, 4.6 billion, more than one fourth of the money raised will go to payment of debt. So for some, this will be a red flag. For it's not as big though as Cemex, it's not as big though as Cebu Pacific, but I hope you consider this also as something that's worth looking at as well. So I guess that's it. I'll create more videos about this comparing All Home and Axelum, but I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know, based on what I've mentioned, who do you think you like more? Do you like Axelum or do you like All Home? Or did you get confused? If you like All Home, comment All Home. If you like Axelum, comment Axelum. And by the way, no, I forgot to mention this. I'm having an interview with Romy Chan and the leadership also of Axelum over the next days. No, so if you guys want if you guys have any questions, if you guys have anything that you want me to say or want me to ask to their leadership, comment them below and I'll do them for you as well so that you guys get the right information and you get to decide whether this is a good company or not. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment below, what do you like to buy more? Is it Axelum or is it All Home? Comment Axelum if you like Axelum. Comment All Home if you like All Home. The goal of this is to give you proper insights so you can trade the markets with confidence. So if you're new, by the way, and you want to learn more about what I'm talking about, I have events in Manila, in Qatar, in Cebu, in Singapore. The links are down below so you can join us and you can be part of our training sessions all over the world. If you want to learn via books, I have Shopee accounts where you can order and have it delivered wherever you are in the Philippines and in the world. So this is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you, gives you the right insight to win in the market, to basically help you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you.